This was my class back in Hong Kong. What do you see in this picture? Smiling faces, trophy, sense of pride? But what you cannot see is the stress behind it. I still remembered every day when I went back to school. My classmates were so exhausted that they all seemed to experience burnouts. Some of them even did self-harming actions like making cuts on their wrist, which they were eventually sent to hospitals for therapies. Then, pandemic hits. There were no more in-person school, no more parties, no more traveling, result in no more fun. Statistics show that 71% of students have increased levels of stress, anxiety, and depressive thoughts. These numbers are warning us that students' mental health is a critical issue. Last year, I was planning to introduce horticulture therapy to Pickering College, which is a practice that uses plants and gardening to improve students' mental and physical health. Each individual can develop their interaction with nature and receive a sense of peace through taking care of plants. However, with the restrictions and limitations of COVID-19, unfortunately, my original idea had to be cancelled. To adapt to the current situation, my backup idea was to create an Instagram account called Students' Voice to spread positive peer influence and provide a platform for students to voice their opinions. By talking to Ms. Tran and Ms. Sugar, I further understood the process of creating effective content materials and received extra resources to better build a PC support network. To see for opinions from other members in PC, I've sent out a pre-survey to senior school to collect their opinions on it. Most people were feeling stressful due to mainly self-pressure and academic or workplace pressure. Fortunately, the multitude is doing self-care actions such as watching Netflix, listening to music, and chatting with others to relieve stress, which should become part of our daily lives. Therefore, I decided to change my action plan and work with the Co-Curricular Council in organizing the Puma Weekly Challenge to raise awareness of self-care as well as promotes Puma's spirit in the school community. An email is sent out on Outlook every Sunday, and people are encouraged to complete it throughout the week. Activities are based on 3 categories: physical activity and healthy living, skill exploration and development, and community engagement and action. They can easily be done at home or around the neighborhood, catering to online students around the world. The first week's challenge was called the Post-Halloween Pump, where participants were encouraged to complete a 7-day fitness challenge or join the annual Booker's Run. However, the participation rate was relatively low. By taking this undesirable outcome into account, I decided to reach out to students and invite them personally for the second week's challenge, which was called a Pop of Kindness to celebrate World Kindness Day on November 13. A Be Kind box was placed outside the dining hall to collect kind messages in our PC community. The result was incredibly phenomenal as I received many great responses. The Co-Curricular Council members and I worked together to put up the responses on the World Kindness board to spread the kindness in PC community. As the second wave of COVID hits, many grade 12 students experienced burdens in doing their action plans virtually. This was the golden opportunity for me to collaborate with them to elevate their pressure. I put their activities into the Puma Challenge calendar and advocated them on the Puma Challenge Instagram account. There are several successful cases. For example, Sophia's Extending Sleep Puma Challenge, Nick's Very Late Cleanup, Jane's Blind Experience, and Clara's Hot Chocolate Festivus. There were significantly more participants in this event and bigger impacts in terms of mental health. I could see there were more smiles on students' faces. Unlike last year, we could not hold a massive event with gatherings like the TED Talks or fundraising activities for dog shelters in Egan House. However, through communication and negotiation, I was still able to come with small-scale activities to bring joy and fun to the school community. With our advanced technology, we could always do video calls with friends and families to do exercises, celebrate special holidays, or simply catch up with each other. We can choose to be upset, angry, and stressed, but at the same time, we can work together in supporting one another and find meaningful ways to live our lives. Let's keep our hope here.